Hi, I'm Shleb, and I haven't posted in a long time. A very long time. I also haven't consistently streamed in a while either. A lot has changed in my life, but I think I'll save that story for another video. Maybe. I don't know. I probably will never really make a video on all the life changes I've gone through in the past 3 to 4 years, but a lot has happened. Here I am. Here we are. In 2025 somehow. I think I'm finally ready to jump back into content creation, like, consistently again. But I'm not doing highlight videos on video games that I'm playing for the first time or stream content, I don't think. I'm ready to change it up. As times go on and, you know, things change, people change, so do interests. Well, not that this is like a new interest though. It's not technically a new interest. I just want to change what I make content about is all. Times have changed and so has content creation, but I'm definitely not the type to just jump into whatever is mainstream and doing well with views and monetization. I of course have to do whatever is not doing well with views or monetization, but it's something I'm actually interested in. This year, I am going from a complete Final Fantasy TCG noob who has basically just collected cards and starter decks in the past to a competitive Final Fantasy TCG player. I would like to take you all with me on this journey as I learn the ropes of the game from the best and have fun learning how to store my cards and buy cute travel cases and vlog and collect cards and troll my new Final Fantasy TCG friends and everything else I do on this adventure. But first, let's start from the very beginning, because this is not a new interest of mine. I first got my hands on Final Fantasy TCG when I lived in Japan. In 2021, I recorded myself opening the Final Fantasy VII two-player starter set. It's the one with Cloud and Sephiroth. It's a light and dark deck. However, I never posted that video due to audio issues. It's actually still sitting in my drafts on YouTube. Like, I could just hit post on it. I just haven't and don't feel like it. I then recorded the Final Fantasy XIV Shadowbringers two-player starter set and posted that in March of 2021. And it did way better than I thought it would. But despite it doing better than some of my stream content videos, I didn't jump into making Final Fantasy TCG content. During this time, I had actually played Final Fantasy TCG with my friend Ethan Wandering. And we would play on Discord. So how we would do it is set up our webcams above our like mouse pads and use that as like our play mat and play Final Fantasy TCG that way. It worked really well and I would totally do that again to be able to play with people online if Octagon doesn't really work or whatever that's called. Even watching these videos back, I can still see how excited I am opening packs and opening these starter sets. And I'm ironically using a really similar setup. Anyway, in September of 2022, I had moved back to the States from Japan, and I posted me opening the Tifa tin gift set. Flash forward to 2024, and Pokemon releases Pokemon TCG Pocket. And along with everyone else, I became beyond excited. I actually still play Final Fantasy Pocket. I freaking wish. Anyway, that's a different freaking video. I open my packs twice a day. I am trying to achieve all of the bot achievements when you like play against like the bots. Do I have any packs? I do. This is what Final Fantasy needs. Square Enix, can you please do this? Wish. Nothing new. That's fine. Anyway. For whatever reason, people just love cute, expensive cardboard. And I am one of those people. I am a trinket person. I love small things and I love cards. I've always been this way. I grew up with my own Pokemon cards as a kid. So it's only natural that I would like Final Fantasy TCG and still enjoy Pokemon even really super casually. The issue with Pokemon, though, is that I don't connect with Pokemon like I do with Final Fantasy. I grew up with Final Fantasy. My first Final Fantasy game was Final Fantasy X, even though it scared the actual out of me as a kid. A lot of my stream content is and was based around Final Fantasy, and I am super attached to so many of the stories and so many of the characters. I don't have that connection with Pokemon. I played Gen 3. I never even beat, like, the Final Four whatever they're called. I think I killed the legendary in Sapphire. Yeah, while I did grow up playing Pokemon, I didn't know that much about it, and I just don't have that same connection. I love Chico, he's my favorite, and I have my favorites like Oshawott, and a lot of like the more Ferret Weasley-like Pokemon. But yeah, I don't have the same connection. I still really enjoy it though, and I can still see myself opening Pokemon packs from time to time. But anyway, because of the hype from Pokemon TCG Pocket, I found myself on my birthday in a local game shop buying the Final Fantasy 16 booster box from Final Fantasy TCG and a pre-release kit that is based around Strangers of Paradise. Those aren't the actual names of those sets. They have like Nate. Oh, cool. So the Strangers of Paradise is called Beyond Destiny. This is the pre-release kit that I have not opened. I'm saving this for a video. They're both being saved for 2 different videos. And then the Final Fantasy 16 one is called Hidden Legends. So I bought both of those for my birthday with the intent of getting into Final Fantasy TCG as a player. Not just collecting, but actually playing. But now I have to learn how to play. Luckily, my super lovely boyfriend has been so willing to play with me, despite him not being as interested in Final Fantasy as he is with Pokemon. But I also feel really bad just asking him to only play FFTCG with me if it's not something that like he is interested in. Like I would feel much better asking him to play like Pokemon with me because it's something like we both are more interested in, whereas he's never touched a Final Fantasy game before. So I just feel bad, even though he's like super lovely and willing, like he's literally like, mwah, so lovely about it, but I feel bad. So now I gotta find people to play with. I learned that my local card shop actually hosts locals every week. For the first 3 weeks of this year, I always made excuses as to why I couldn't go, which basically stemmed from my horrible anxiety around doing new things and doing them potentially alone with people that I don't really know. Even up until the day I went, for the first time, I was tearing up, like crying about going because I was so anxious about going. It really took a lot out of me to go, but I eventually got myself ready, packed myself up in my car, and got myself over to my local card shop. I do have a little bit of like vloggy footage from that I'm gonna throw in, but I don't really remember like what all I said in that, so I'm gonna try to fill in everything that I don't say, because my mind was going like 10 million miles an hour, and I don't think I could like explain everything. Oh, we're gonna have to work on a little angle. Okay. Oh my god. I haven't recorded anything in so long. Oh, I'm nervous. Well, I might not even be recording really today, but I'm nervous. I'm very nervous today. Okay, so I am forcing myself. I'm trying to go once a month at least to go to my local game shop and either watch or play some Final Fantasy TCG. I'm so nervous. My community is not very big around here for Final Fantasy TCG, so I have no idea how many people are going to show up. I asked in the Discord for the shop, and apparently like 4 to 8 people kind of show up, but like knowing my luck, no one will. Or knowing my luck, no one is even, like, maybe it's canceled today. I don't know. There's no reason for it to be. I'm just nervous. Okay, I'm not gonna drive and vlog, but I am just here to let you know that I am leaving to go there. And I'm not indicating where that is, but my local game shop. Okay, I just have to get gas, and I totally forgot to take my meds. So I think I'm regretfully going to drink a coffee before going. Not all of it, maybe. I'll just leave whatever I don't drink in the car because it's beyond cold out. But I'm really nervous. I don't know if it's because being social is difficult with people I don't know sometimes, like in person, IRL. Or if it's, I don't know, I really don't know what it is. Or like this weird idea that like I need to be good at everything no matter if it's my first time doing it or not. But yeah, I'm nervous, but I'm forcing myself to go. My boyfriend encouraged me to do so. I keep my meds in this Pokemon tin, which I would love to do. This is such a dumb idea, but I would love to make a video of like how I repurpose tins, because people, like, give them away. I'm like, you can use those. Hello? Okay. Gonna drive there. It's 10 minutes away, and I will be, like, relatively, like, on time, which I also hate, but it's fine. We'll see. I don't plan to vlog, like, actually in there. I might ask to record some people playing, but, like, that's it. Oh, no, we'll see, we'll see. But yeah. Ah! Stop! Okay, hi, I'm here. I'm so nervous. I'm so nervous. If, for whatever reason, people are not here to play, I'm hoping to pick up the Moogle sleeves I saw when I was here last, and see if they have any Pokemon booster box that I would like to get, maybe. But if not, I'm not gonna push it. This is my bag that I'm using for all of my cards. I need to get, like, a better system, but I am limited on moonies, so I need to not, spend things too much right now, even though I want to. So yeah, we're gonna go in, and I'm really nervous, and I'll tell you how it goes maybe in a little bit. Okay, I just wanted to record real quick. Turn off my car. I'm home. Friggin', I was there for so much longer. It is now 5. I got there at 1. It was so nice and so wonderful. I can't believe I was, like, tearing up or anxiety this morning about going. So first thing, I walk in and I see, like, the first couple tables are set up and they have, like, Yu-Gi-Oh! The logo with, like, a number on the first few tables. I was like, oh, like, is it not happening today? And so I was like, you know what, just play it off. We're just gonna go right to where the Final Fantasy TCG is. We go to that corner, and I see this one little row of a bunch of people playing Final Fantasy TCG. So I asked the guy behind the counter real quick if there was the Moogle sleeves that I saw that they had a few weeks ago. They were gone. So I turned around, I worked up the courage, and I said, hello, I'm new to Final Fantasy TCG. Can I watch you guys play? And they were so nice about it, and it was so wonderful. The crazy thing about it is that the guy who first spoke to me, out of that group, I immediately recognized. He has a bunch of videos on YouTube, to help people learn how to play Final Fantasy TCG, and his name is Mike. I can link that channel below. He doesn't really post on there anymore, but he mostly posts on Ready Check Radio. So yeah, it was just, like, crazy to be, like, sitting on my couch watching his videos with my boyfriend, and then all of a sudden I'm next to him, literally sitting next to him, and he's teaching me like how to play / like how his deck runs and whatnot. It was just so weird and crazy. But yeah, I learned a lot about the teeny tiny Final Fantasy TCG community that Pittsburgh has, and what it's like for, like, traveling and for locals and actual tournaments and things like that. So yeah, I don't know, I am really excited. They were already talking about the first tournament that's coming up. It's not, like, an official one, though, so it has no, like, actual, like, it has nothing to do with, like, going to, like, nationals or anything like that. It's just, like, a little funsy tournament, but it's, like, team-based, and it's in North Carolina. So I probably won't be able to make it out to that, because I don't think, for one, I'll be financially able to. Two, I don't think I'll be ready to, and I'm just like, ah! And it's also a team, so, like, I'd have to, like, figure out a team if, there was any people left that didn't have a team already, so I'm just super excited. It just feels so weird and cool. I'm very proud of myself for working up the courage to go. Super excited. I'll probably talk more about it in a bit, but I just wanted to get my initial emotions out, about it. But yeah, they were really nice about how weird or quirky I am, because Mike kept on yelling at me, so he let me use his Final Fantasy 16, priming deck, and I didn't even know that was a thing. I told him, I was like, dude, you need to post more again, because I didn't know this was, like, a thing in the TCG now. But the Final Fantasy 16 characters are able to prime into their primal forms, and, So he was letting me use that deck to play someone, and I kept forgetting to activate. That's like the literal first step of your turn is to activate, and I kept forgetting. I would just go to try draw, and he kept on yelling at me, so I was just like, just like started like panting, or like as I turn them, I go, wah, 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 and they all thought it was funny. So I feel like I fit in. They're really nice and wonderful, and they're already like offering to let me play with their starter decks, or if they have bulk and things like that. Like, they're just so nice. But yeah, I'll talk about it when I actually sit down. I just wanted to get my initial word vomit out, and now I get to chug this coffee and be really hyper for the rest of the day, and the garage lights turned off. Okay, I will see you guys later. I didn't want to record or vlog myself in front of them, as I had just met them, so this is literally the only footage I have. They were very kind and let me record a little bit though. After watching Mike play 2 games, he actually let me use his Final Fantasy 16 priming deck and play his final game. It was so nice, even when he was yelling at me to remind me to activate and explain what I should do in regards to strategy, what cards I should get rid of, and help me to not trip as I kept on trying to. At some point, I joked about using Joshua to get the final damage point, and Mike said how my trolling would allow me to fit right in with this group, and it just felt really nice that I could kind of be like my goofy, joking self, and not feel a little weird or awkward or out of place in this group. Spoiler alert, I did win by using Joshua, this feeble little weak card, to get my last damage point. 1v7. After the winners were announced and got their store credit, they got out the promo box, and I was kindly given the cutest promo I have ever seen in my life. I got this promo. Mike picked it out of all the promos in the box, and he said, you need to have this one. And it is the cutest freaking thing. It's Garnet from Final Fantasy 9. Her job is a princess and a summoner. So cute. Love it. I love the cards like this. I wish Final Fantasy did more cards like this, where it's like a very unique art style. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like some cards are a little boring and lacking, but if they did this art style a little bit more, it'd be very cute. Anyway, everyone was just so kind. A lot of people were offering their bulk, so I could help get set up with my own deck. Because I learned that I need to have a limit break deck. That's like a new thing that was not a thing when I was buying my starter decks a few years ago. But yeah, I don't know. Everyone just in that group felt like an already made Final Fantasy party, and I just got to join like a little Tifa or a little Riku, little sister-esque type character. I also thought I would only be there for 1 hour, and I stayed for 4, which is absolutely crazy. Before going, I had the goal of going to locals at least once a month. And that's why I forced myself to go this particular day, because it was the last one of the month. But now that I've gone, my goal is to go literally as much as possible, basically as long as I don't have plans. And luckily in my area, we actually have 2 different locals that happen here, and they happen to be on my days off. So I'm hoping to attend as much as I can to get that experience, get to know people in the area who also play, and yeah, just be more involved. So now that I have experience with locals, I want to get some card storage and travel cases for going to locals. I wanted to include this part in the video as maybe I can get some advice from the comments on where to look for card storage and whatnot, and what to look for, what's the best, yada yada yada. But yeah, don't roast me if I buy something that's absolute trash. Just be nice and tell me something that I should get instead. Lights off. All right. So it's the same week that I first went to my first locals for Final Fantasy TCG. I'm now doing day 2 in the same freaking week. I kind of impulsively am doing this because there was another day I could have gone, but that location's like really far, and it was like I have to cut through like a lot of traffic during like rush hour and stuff like that. Don't feel like doing that. So I decided to do this, and I'm nervous. I'm gonna try to record a bit more today, if they're okay with it. And I brought my decks to play. I brought my new cards that I opened up from the Final Fantasy 16 booster box. And I'm hoping to maybe look and see if they have good card storage to use. This is my current card bag. I brought water bottle today that's leaking like a butthead. Be here. I'm like way too far up. Hold on, I gotta back her up. Forgot about that, huh? Okay, we're going. It's so cool. I didn't even know they did this. This is so smooth. Ooh. This is really nice.
So this card isn't as good. It still removes like a blocking body.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's a common.
I am hoping to get all of my storage travel stuff, at least like a nice cheap little intro to it before my next locals next week. So fingers crossed I can get all of this in time. This is my third time recording, so this is gonna be snip, snap, snoop. All right, so these are gonna be all of my purchases that I've made in week 1 of learning Final Fantasy TCG. I primarily focused on things just for a little startup of getting my cards around safely and conveniently, because I don't have that many cards. I don't have that many decks that I'm playing with, so I don't really need that much in the beginning. I just needed something just to kind of get me by, sort of, you know. As you guys already saw in day 2 of going to Final Fantasy TCG night, playing with friends, I used this backpack instead. It's not that much different than the tote I used the first day, but this has like 2 more pockets, so I just wanted to be able to have options. I've been keeping my dice in the front pocket. I do need to get like a bag because I don't want this to crack and break and have plastic all over the place. But for now, my dice are in my front pocket, and then everything else is in here. I did buy an extra play mat when I went the second night because I forgot my mat yet again. So I don't think I mentioned this at all, but I already bought a mat. I arrived like early in January, and I should have brought it the first day that I went to locals and when we went to play casually at a different store, and I didn't bring it to either. So in the next video, you'll hopefully get to see what my mat looks like, and it's very cute and I really like it. I'm carrying all of my Tifa bulk. I'm carrying all of my TCG bulk in here. This is just for if I need to make some switches on the fly, maybe see what cards I have to change for decks, maybe trade, things like that. I don't know. I don't have that many cards, so I can kind of bring them all with me right now. These are my extra starter decks that I have. I have the 2018 starter deck, as well as Final Fantasy VII Remake 2 starter decks, and the Final Fantasy 14 starter decks, which are in the next box, and then random packs that I have opened in the past. And then I have this. So this holds 2 starting decks with LB decks. I still need to finish one of them though. And then I have all my Final Fantasy 16 cards in here, as well as I think my extra LBs and my holos. So the Final Fantasy 16 cards I want to turn into a priming deck are in here. I have like all of them, all the Final Fantasy 16 characters in here. I think it's the perfect size for what I need right now. I don't even know Mike's deck all that well, and that's the one I've been playing with the most, so I'm not that stressed about making sure I have more room for more decks. So I will give you guys like a teeny weeny itty bitty little sneak peek at what I already bought for week 2. That's all you get. That's it. Hopefully the audio isn't freaking garbage. All right, back to Shleb from the past. I plan to make this a series as I take you on my journey every week to locals and how I learn and my experience with the players and with different games and decks and learning how to make decks and just everything else that I learned. Please give this video a thumbs up if this is something that you are enjoying and looking forward to, because it would mean the world to me, and subscribe if you already are not subscribed for some reason you see this video. And also leave a comment. Do you play Final Fantasy TCG or do you collect? Do you want to learn more? Let me know below. Please check out my other social medias, also linked down below. I am still figuring out social media in 2025. It's a little tough, I feel like, for a lot of content creators right now, because a lot of the social media apps that we should be using are... It feels wrong. It doesn't feel right to be using some of these apps. So if I have something linked, but I'm not super active on there, it's because I'm still very torn on whether I want to use the app or not. But I am primarily on Blue Sky. I will be posting obviously the most on YouTube, and I hope to get some streams in. I'm still figuring out how I want to do streams, as doing TCG content with streams is very expensive if I'm opening packs all the time on stream. I'm excited to have you along with me on this journey, and I cannot wait to see you guys in my next video. Bye!